Hi Aries, welcome to your March reading. So this is going to be a general spread. Of course, use your discernment, your intuition. If something's not for you, let it go. I feel like general tarot readings are wonderful for bringing things up and reflecting on them, not necessarily taking everything literal, because it's reading for a broad amount of people. So keep that in mind. And if you do want a reading on your specific questions, I still offer those. I'll leave my email and prices in the description. And while I'm here, let me just say thank you guys for all of your support. I know I've been a little bit in and out over the years, putting an effort to be here. So I hope you enjoy these, and I really appreciate all of your support. Gosh, you guys have been wonderful to me over the years. It's been such a learning experience. Okay, messages for Aries, month of March. It's getting into your birthday season. I feel like, this feels actually quite intense. I feel like there's a buildup. March feels to me like a lot of it's like tectonic plates moving. We can feel something's about to, explode. If you think of a volcano, I mean, look at the markets, look at the world, the wars, everything. It's like, it's just this slow moving dance towards what's going to happen. I feel like this is like a reflection that happens as well in our own lives. We are part of this collective. We just had I said this for a few signs, the Chinese New Year's. Definitely check out how your animal interacts with the year of the dragon. The dragon definitely feels powerful. I mean, that's definitely powerful, but I also feel like having a heightened perspective on things. There's going to be a lot of things uncovered as we've been seeing for many years, but I feel like it's just becoming more and more obvious, which is lovely for those of us that see things. Ace of Pentacles, ooh, lovely. New beginning. This is your start. New, solar return. Beautiful. New trip around the sun. This to me is, some of you, this is new job, this is new work, this is new home, this is new relationship. This is new though. This isn't something that you've experienced before. This is completely new. So what is changing here in your life? Let's see. Let's go into more depth for Aries, please. Crossed by the King of Cups. Interesting. Let's get more cards. I want to see why that King of Cups is there. That's an interesting placement. Crossed by the King of Cups. Strength, Hierophant, Four of Pentacles, Page of Cups. I feel like you are, it's almost like being called to make decisions in ways that are different than your normal devices. And who did I say this for? It was such an odd message. I think it was for Leo. I was talking about the stock markets, and I was saying how, I mean, there's definitely going to be lots of ups and downs, but it's the tried and true things are not going to be the same moving forward. And it's almost like, and I know this is like what people completely tell you to avoid, but there's a little bit of knowing, there's a little bit of intuition that needs to be applied at this point in time, just because it's so wild. And I feel like that's going to be happening around the world. You're really going to have to take a step back and center yourself and kind of discern what is truth and what is not, what is right, what is wrong, because we're going to be seeing, I mean, essentially I wanted to say fall, but as I was saying that, I'm seeing something fall, and it's like something flips. And this, when it kind of applies to your life, I feel like the way you go about change in your life is different than before, because I'm seeing a lot of freaking cups, and I feel like avoiding how you feel in your intuition is actually going to be a hindrance to you this month. We're in Pisces season. It's called to be like this, in this energy. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but this is kind of going to the depths of our psyche, of our consciousness, of our, expanding these limits. There's a completion here happening. Strength card. I mean, the Strength card shows up when it's needed. I'm curious why this is needed. Why is this so difficult offering? This is essentially following your heart when it comes to stability. Money matters. Seven of Swords. That's interesting in your position of, for me as a reader, this is like kind of the external forces, the what's going on around you in the universe. I mean, this could be a lot of like deception, shady characters, thieves. You know, I feel like there's a lot of desperate people right now. There's a lot of, it's going to change, but it's still in this really uncomfortable middle where that flip-flop is happening. I don't know how to describe it any better. But I feel like people are experiencing extreme contraction. So I feel like the message here is just kind of protect yourself. There's no need for worrying too much. Again, use your discernment if you're going into like business connections or relationships with anybody. Time is the best tool of revelation when it comes to truth. I feel like don't rush into anything. Again, you're going to have to follow your intuition and your heart to discern the path forward. And this month in particular, the Hierophant in your subconscious, this is the Pope. This is one that receives messages and relays it to the people. Some of you might be having a calling to express your truth, to contribute to the truth. I feel like the truth is the kindest thing, even though sometimes it's the most difficult to give to anybody. But the Hierophant, again, there's this knowing attached to this. This is very interesting. It's interesting because the path is clearly like a constrictive energy. It's like kind of walling yourself off, not having a need to express yourself, kind of going into hermit mode, savings, thinking. I mean, this is, again, the Pentacle energy. We've been going through this with Uranus and Taurus, which has been kind of shaking up our world. I mean, ever since that happened, we've been literally seeing volcanoes. I mean, this is, I feel like, a time for you to really get ready to receive something new. And I feel like it's going to speak to the heart. It's going to require courage. It's going to require knowingness. So you get the message and you don't have to keep asking. It's going to be the same answer, if that makes sense. And there's going to be little blessings like breadcrumbs from the universe as you go and follow this path. Ooh, that feels like a yes, yes, yes. The King of Pentacles in your position of power, this is the business owner. This is the boss. This is somebody that means what they say, says what they mean. This is like the ultimate dad card as well. So if you think of the ultimate dad, I mean, the in its most healed version, they're there. They're relied upon. They're the provider. They're responsible for a group of people. Seven of Swords, and they protect them from people doing ill. So some of those messages might apply to you. You might be in this new mode where you feel called to protect something, or you might be called to a cause. Again, I feel like, the energy that we're being like pushed through, and it's kind of like the eye of a needle. It's really intense right now. It's calling for us to listen to our heart. And for some people, that's following our passions, our dreams, or some people that is going to be called to maybe a humanitarian movement. And it doesn't need to be the main thing in your life. It can be something on the side, something to contribute to, again, the heart energy, the connection of hearts, the connection of humanity, the connection of people. To heal energy like this. I mean, this is essentially what we're all going to need to come together to resolve. I mean, it's an awakening process, because when you take from somebody, you don't really understand the karmic implications, where you're really just creating a whole new environment for you to repeat that lesson. Like, you're not passing, So really, yes, you're taking from somebody else, but then you have to continue this repeating pattern in your own kind of seventh layer of Dante's Inferno. There's something here where we're awakening from this. We're going to be kinder to one another, and it starts with us. Oh, what an intense message for Aries. But that's the thing, Aries energy. You guys you're great at manifesting, great at making money, great at being the boss, the leader, that spark. You're the fire. You're the first in the zodiac. If you know the story, Aries starts, Taurus follows through. Anyways, so with this, I lost my train of thought. Yes. With this being said, I feel like you guys are great at this, but the money thing usually, most of the Aries that I've met, this is absolutely true. The money, they see the purpose of it in a greater sense to be able to implicate the changes that they want to see in the world. It's for the greater good. So some people might see it from a different perspective, but the real perspective is, what can I do with this? Money is power, and I want to implicate it for the best, for the good of all. I mean, you guys are the emperors. That's what you strive to become as you go on in age and wisdom. 5 of Pentacles, and the outcome is justice. The bottom of the deck is the Empress. Wow. Sorry. Okay. 5 of Pentacles in the position of what you need to know. Why is that there? Why is that there? And this to me feels like you're not alone. You have support. But even as I'm saying this, I feel, no, it's something else as well for some people. I mean, it's lonely leading sometimes as well. It's lonely being the oddball stepping forward. You paved the trail. I feel like the necessary followers will come though. What is this 5 of Pentacles for Aries? There's the followers. Why is this 5 of Pentacles here? 5 of Cups. Yeah, I'm feeling like a difficulty. It's that feeling of contraction. Remember, it's again right before your birthday, so there's something here tying up. I would also look into the numerology of the age of the year that you're entering into. Maybe this gives some perspective and some hope as well as to what you are going to be experiencing. There also can be like a falling away of old acquaintances and old friends. You can be kind of going into, it's almost like a new paradigm for yourself as you align more and more with the heart, with a new vision and it could even be a new place for yourself. I do feel like specific people and like even groups of people will be brought into your path. So like, you might be starting something and you might need funding, for example, or you might be starting something and you might need like a person that's good at XYZ. Go out and join like a meetup or something. I feel like this is what's going to help you get out of this feeling of being alone, or it's not going to work, or you know, I'm not going to meet anybody. It's saying get out, change that energy, set the seeds for the vibration of the next year here to come for you as you celebrate this birthday. Because there's going to be something to celebrate. I'm seeing a little bit of sadness emotionally right now. And this is in the position of what you need to know. This is going to change because the justice, I mean, this is about the scales, about how everything, you know, evens out in the world. Everything is perfect. So if you've been going through a more difficult time and a more lonely time, I feel like this is going to change again. What do you want this Ace of Pentacles to be? I mean, why did you come to this reading? Is it love? Is it a new home? Is it a new job? All things can apply to, all things, excuse me, that I said can apply to the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, as I'm saying that, the bottom of the deck is the Well. This is getting very clear about what you want, and I feel like taking stock of what you would like to let go of. This is, I mean, this is a woman saging herself essentially as she's pulling up from the depths of the well a new vision for herself, a new reflection. I mean, I'm not going to go down that route, but as I'm talking, I'm seeing like, I mean, we literally live in a holographic universe, in my opinion. Our thoughts do become things. Check out your, if you're not aware of your human design, if you are, I feel like I'm reading for a lot of manifestors and manifesting generators. So, well, yeah, you're definitely going in a new direction here. Don't be afraid. Do your research, of course, use discernment. I feel like if you are, especially I feel drawn back to like money, if you're in the stock market or if you're into investing, really do your research. Again, old things that used to be tried and true are not going to be that way. And that goes for news sources. I mean, we see, you know, people have, you know, algorithms that do the opposite of what certain people say on television programs in the market. And they make a lot of money that way. So they do the inverse of the tried and true. That's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. It's definitely a weird, wonky time, so be careful. I'm not saying that in an ominous way. I actually feel like you could actually do quite well. Don't be too risky though. Okay. Beautiful reading, interesting reading. I'm getting again that you know, discernment with the owl here, seeing through the darkness, seeing through the illusion. All right, let's get a mystical shaman oracle for Aries for the month of March. What would be helpful for Aries to hear this month, please? What would be helpful for the sign of Aries to hear this month? Beauty way. Yeah, I feel like you're being called to go about things in a different way. I mean, if it's hard work and might and fire before, I feel like this is a little bit of a softer time. Again, Pisces season, a little bit more dreamy, following the intuition. Let's read it. Okay, give me a second. The essence. The beauty way is both a path you need to travel on a daily basis. The path is where you choose to perceive only beauty before you, behind you, and all around you as you journey through life. The practice is where you take action to bring beauty into every situation you are in. When things get ugly, you act to bring integrity and peace to the difficult encounter. When everyone else perceives only darkness, you point out the light and help uncover the hidden treasures. Yeah, we're definitely, I mean, it's definitely going to be a weird, again, flip-floppy time. I don't know what that means, but it just feels a little bit inverse. It might seem really dark, but this is, you know, things getting better. Okay, so it says the invitation. The beauty way invites you to create beauty in your life and to recognize the beauty inside yourself and in others. Stop to smell the roses, take a deep breath, look up at the stars, and recognize the splendor that surrounds you. See the beauty in whatever situation you find yourself in, and you will receive the lesson that life is teaching you in a kind and gentle way. Take a step back. Not too much fire this month, at least the first half. Okay, so it says the medicine. Stop trying to fix relationships that you believe are broken. Recognize that things are exactly as they need to be in this moment, and acknowledge the inherent beauty in that. When you understand this, you will be able to bring about the change you want. Do not engage in gossip about the darkness and flaws of others. Be careful not to be seduced by the superficial beauty of a project or relationship you are toying with, unless you are willing to pay a price for it later. Yeah. Time is the best tool to uncover truth. Take things slow this month. Don't jump into it, because there is this, I mean, this can also be like a charmer, you know, especially if you go on dates, they try to charm you with being who you think you want, or looking a certain way, revealing clothes, or you know what I mean? Like the charming versus just being like, hey, I feel like there's a thin line there. All right, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much again, Aries. It's always a pleasure reading for you. Thank you for all of your support. If you feel drawn to support my channel, I would love a like or a comment. It does help the algorithm, and it does help me. It helps me keep going. So thank you guys so much for all that you do for me. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much. I'll see you again soon. Bye, Aries.